Hello everybody, I thought I'd introduce to you to what I call a new toy that arrived the other day. What I'm going to do, hang on a minute, I'm going to put a towel over my vintage radio so it doesn't detract from what I'm trying to do here. And then that way it's easily got a background. Anyway, so here we go again, ladies and tablemen, gentles and chairs. This is a Binatone long Ranger 40 channel CB from, believe it or not, it was made in 1981. I got this on eBay. I paid quite a bit of money for it because it's, well, apart from a little couple of marks on the back, it's mint condition. The case is very clean. It's not damaged at all. And I got it, it's fully working, and the good thing about it is I'll pull it all up and show you. The antenna is perfect, it's not busted. Now that's generally, I see quite a lot of these for sale. Well, I saw 3 recently. Normally you never see them, and then 3's come up. I bought one scrap one, this one, and there's another one for sale that's had the antenna repaired, so it doesn't collapse down more than that. It's begging to be broken again, isn't it? So even if you buy one that's been repaired, the antenna's actually very sturdy. It's actually very strong. It's a lot more stronger than say the things you get on some of the rubbish shortwave radios you get now. And what I'm going to do is take the case off. It's easy enough to do. It's done by these poppers. And then what you do is you angle it up and pull it out of the case. And I'm going to now introduce you to it. That's the front. It's all chrome plastic. There's not a scratch on it, ladies and tablemen, anywhere. There's a couple on the side plate of the antenna that you would need a magnifying glass to see. The only other thing is a bit of paint loss on that hinge. I'm going to mix up some muck and just touch that in, because I'm a perfectionist. It's got a list of the channels. That badge has got some scratches on. The scrap one, it's perfect. This is double-sided. I'll just flick it off and change it. That one is the one side, and as you see, there's no scratches. There's a small mark in one place, but no scratches on that chrome at all. And also there's no rust on the case. It's tarnished in 1 or 2 places, but it seems to be fine. Go up again. As you can see, it's in very, very good condition. That's the top as well. And I'll give you a view of the bottom. That's the bottom. What I'm going to do is go into the other room and I'm going to get my key for my clock, and I'm going to undo the clip at the bottom. And this is the thing that on these you never get, and that's the battery box. Now you can still buy this battery box. This one actually is a new one. I've got the original battery box, but there was a bit of corrosion. So what I did is I went out and bought another battery box, but I have kept the original. It says made in Japan on that. I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to clean that one terminal. It's got a bit of corrosion on it. And the one thing you never seem to get is the dummy battery, which is this. There's 2 of them. You never seem to get those. And the thing that's funny is they spelt it wrong. Replace this dummy, and it's got replace THEIS. They've actually spelt this wrong, which I think is really funny. That's it. And this wig is actually been apart. This is foam, because the cardboard came out that's glued onto the board, damaged it slightly. I re-glued it, and I put this felt over the top as well. Now the story behind this goes is that, to be honest, it hasn't had a lot of use. It's maybe just been shoved around a cupboard, I reckon. And what had happened, there was some dry joints on the circuit board. So when the receiver was on, it was intermittent. You'd hear it, and then you'd hear nothing. So what I did was take it all to pieces. I just put the battery back in now, and I would hit it with my hand. It would work fine, and then for some reason it wouldn't work anymore after a while, and I thought, it's a bit weird. What's happened here? And so what I did is I went round the circuit board touching components with a cocktail stick till I came to two capacitors that are sort of bent over like that, two little green ones, and I touched one, it was crackling. I thought, right, there's a dry joint on that. So I took out the board and I found out there was 4 to 5 dry joints in the receiver. I did that and it was fine after that. So that's it, ladies. It's a shame to get out the case, because every time you touch it you put a fingerprint on it and it shows up because the chrome is in such good order. And the case, really nice case. It's not marked, it's not scratched, there's no paint on it. There was a couple of spots of emulsion, but I got that off. As you can see, it's absolutely mint. This radio I would display was almost mint. If I touched that hinge out with some paint, it would be classed as a mint condition item. There's still the ticket on top of the aerial, don't key up without your antenna. So there you are, ladies and gentlemen, and it does 4 watts. I've got it on low so I can key up without the antenna without damaging it. Yeah, so there you are. It's had little use, the knobs aren't crackly. It's a bit jumpy when it's a little bit of a few ruffles when you move the knob, but that's because it's been stood so long. So what I'm actually doing is moving it a couple of times when I turn it on, gently, and what will happen, that'll clean up. There's not a scratch on the knobs. My suggestion, it's just been stood around for years. So there you are, ladies, a Binatone Long Ranger. The first time I used one was when I was, as I said before, I was about 24, 23. Somebody lent me one, brand new. I said, I'd like to buy that one. He said, you can't get them, I'm not selling this one. So I've been looking for a really good one, and I saw this one. It wasn't cheap. It was over £100, it wasn't cheap. But I bought it more for nostalgia more than anything else, because it's something I wanted, and I never found one. And then I saw this one, so I thought, now I can say the handheld I really wanted, I actually do have. The other one was the Tandy TRC 1001 with the metal plates. I borrowed one off someone, and if I ever saw a really good one of those, I like using handhelds because you can go out, stand on top of a hill. I live in a 1-bedroom house. I'm not allowed an antenna anywhere. I mean, you could take this out and use, with this one, you can use a silver rod and shove it into a farmer's field against a tree and do quite a lot of work on that handheld. So bye bye everyone.